Hello, all you hardcores. Getting a bit dark in here, isn't it? Let me just a little bit of lighting. Everybody's enjoying videos. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving comments. Let's get Terry back on here.
Go to Adam Booth.
Go to Adam Booth. He's the best. Is he still the best, Adam Booth, Terry?
I've never believed he was, Russ. You know that.
I've always thought he comes over pretty well spoken, and is that part of his charm?
Well, that's what he's good at, right? He was always good at sounding smart to dumb people. So he'd always use these kind of words, and he'd never really commit to a position, and he'd always kind of give that air of mystery.
Done well though, hasn't he? He's had world champions, hasn't
he? Which ones?
David Haye.
He would have been a world champion, whoever trained him. I'd actually argue David underperformed with Adam Booth.
Would you?
Yeah.
I thought you were
David Haye being trained by someone else. I'm not going to say Ismail Salas, but if he trained, let's say he trained with someone who you have to respect, like an Emmanuel Stewart. I don't think David might have gone his whole career with maybe one loss.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Like, he could have had a completely different career if he had stuck to the people who built him up. If he had stuck to the original plan, David would have made money that Joshua would be aspiring to right now.
What about when Dennis put David Haye with Carl Thompson?
Well, but here's the thing. Now, when you've got people around you who understand the game,
yeah,
you're not jumping in with Carl Thompson.
It was Adam Booth who made the phone call.
There you go. That's the problem.
Dennis said, "No, you're not ready for him, Adam." He says, "Listen, you're our promoter, make it happen." So Dennis's exact words were, "Remember this conversation, Adam. I'm telling you, Carl Thompson's 2 seasons and you're not ready." But they wanted IBO belt. They had an after-show party booked and everything. And he ended up in hospital with Adam Booth next to him, his bird, and your mate, that lunatic.
Smallsy.
Anthony Smalls. Anthony Smalls didn't mean to call you a lunatic, but you were acting like a lunatic back in the day. He was getting money, Anthony Smalls. Well, they were only ones next to bed, and everybody else were doing all boozing and God knows what else at this nightclub that they'd all sort of. And I'm not sure if him and Dennis and him lasted much longer after that. I don't know, but I think Adam Booth took the flack for that because it was him who pushed it, wasn't it? So I think he took it on him, but they came back, didn't they? After that, they did go on a good run, didn't
they? It was okay. You might question whether they should have fought O'Neal Bell as well, but I'm splitting hairs at this point. I just think David was capable of a lot more. Like, when you talk to people who knew David from when he was a kid, the general feeling is he underperformed. He never evolved from the amateur he was. So he was always a guy who got out of jail with his power. And
can't say what's exciting, Terry. Come on, he will put him.
Wait. No. But you got to separate these things, Russ. So when you talk about someone who's got the potential to be an all-time great, which David did, he never quite fulfilled that.
He had that Ali promise, didn't he, back in his day, of something a bit special, didn't he, really, like Mayweather? He was a bit special, wasn't he? And it all, like, do you think when he got to, like, his late teens, it's sort of like he got a bit too swaggery? He had that bit of an edge to him, and do you think that's where it all went wrong for him? Because he had the big chain and all that, didn't he, and the leather?
No, you can have all of that stuff. You made a career out of it, Russ. No, but you can have all of that stuff. But when you're getting dropped by someone like a Jim Twite, I think he bossed for Triumph up in Coventry. When you're getting dropped by Jim Twite, it should let you know that you're not on your game.
Whiskers. He had a whiskers problem, didn't he?
I don't even think it was that. He just never been hit. He'd never been dropped before. And people don't understand
him, was he? He couldn't be hit.
That's what I'm saying to you, Russ. Sometimes you learn how to how to withstand those things by getting dropped. Like when it happens the first time, your brain just goes, "What the hell just happened here?"
Yeah.
But the next time it happens, like your reflexes kick in, and you're like, "Okay, it's happened again. Cool." You know, straight into the process. Take a couple of steps back, find the ropes, lean on them, hold, move on. There's a skill to not going down. Not all the time. There are times where your lights are turned out, but in those times where you've still got a bit of presence of mind, yeah, you can train around that.
You feel that after the Solace loss for David Haye that it were over really at that level? You know, he wasn't going to go to Olympics after that.
It was didn't he lose to Franco Menni in the 2000 qualifiers? That was one that did for him because he should have gone to that one with Audley.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Franco Menni that beat him, and then he beat him as a pro, right?
He was never going to hang on for Athens, though, were he? Hey, after that, were he?
Probably should have hung on for the Commonwealth in 2002. Remember when he scarpered the Athletes' Village?
Paul Smith got a silver, didn't he, that year?
Yeah, Porky Russ got a bronze.
I got some. Cobra got a bronze, didn't he? In 01, and he got a silver, didn't he?
Cobra.
So
it was a bit of a gift.
The what?
It was a bit of a gift, that one that Cobra got.
Oh, man. So Adam Booth, you don't rate Adam Booth then, Terry, no?
It's not that I don't rate him. He's not what people think he is. You know, I remember you and I talked about this. When David would go to Miami, Salas would do the training and Adam Booth would have to sit on the bench.
You never hear about things like that, do you, when he was going out there?
No.
See, I don't agree with that, like what he's doing there. It's like you're undermining your coach, isn't it?
But I think there was a realization at that point that Adam was still learning how to be an elite level trainer. So they essentially gave a guy that basically helped David on the pads at Fitzroy Lodge and said, right, we're going to give you this rare talent. Like here's a generational talent. Like name me someone else from David's era that persisted as long as he did. No one.
No one.
All those guys. Dodson never quite hit those heights, right?
Adrian Dodson.
Tony Dodson.
Tony Dodson, Warrior from Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah, so it's all the same generation. Dodson, Bellew of the same generation, Price, similar generation. All of these guys, David's the one that really shone through.
He was that far ahead of them, though, as amateurs coming through, that they caught him up, didn't they, most of them, didn't they, as they got to pros, do you think?
They were just more disciplined, had more training sessions. I've used the example before of Craig Richards and Jake Ball. If you remember, Jake Ball was a light heavyweight. I think he stopped boxing now. And Jake Ball had done the whole GB thing, schoolboy champion, could really, really box, but was injury prone. Craig Richards, not injury prone. So Craig just had more training hours in him by the time they fought each other. And so that's what closed the gap. A lot of times just being consistent and avoiding injuries is your key to success.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on from Adam Booth and David Haye era. Spotty Frank Smith is getting quite I don't know what the word is. He's getting he's a bit of a bully, isn't he, lately, isn't he, really? To say he's a bit of a snot of a kid, isn't he? Have you seen some of his interviews? Quite cocky, isn't it?
No, what's he been saying?
Well, he just sticks it to Bricktop and other people. And I just think for a little snot of a kid, he's just saying the same things that Eddie's saying, but getting it out on another platform because Eddie can't get it out. It's very similar to what he's coming out with. He's talking like Eddie, innit, on a lot of platforms.
So I don't like the fact that Hearn is even going at Frank. Like Frank should be going at Barry. Barry and Frank should be going head to head, right?
Yeah.
And what Eddie should be able to say is that beef is between my dad and Frank. I shouldn't be getting involved in that. You know, like in the mafia, you don't get involved in that. And then Frank Smith definitely shouldn't be getting involved with Frank Warren.
Eddie should be getting at it with George Warren, shouldn't he, really?
100%. But George isn't that sort of guy. George just won't give him the oxygen.
He probably thinks Eddie's a bit of a prat, doesn't he, really?
I think we all do. Here's the thing. All of that Hearn stuff is manufactured, Russ. Because when have you ever seen a picture of Eddie Hearn in his 20s?
Yeah.
Never, right?
No.
Because the truth would come out about who he really is. So he can create this image now of, I'm this really sharp dressing guy with the Turkish turban, all that sort of stuff.
The athletic guy he's on front of January's edition, isn't he? Men's Health.
Yeah, all of that sort of stuff is cool. Show us the pictures of you, as a lad about town, like you say you were. Where are the photographs? Because there must be somewhere.
You probably didn't go out much back then, Eddie.
Exactly. That's my Russ. That's my point. I think this whole creation of Hearn, and I guess the reason he behaves like a spoiled child is this is the first opportunity he's got to behave like a spoiled child and have the whole world see it.
Yeah. All right, and I'll throw some names at you, Terry, and just give me a 10 seconds reply what you think to them, the state of play at the moment. Dubois.
Which one?
Daniel Dubois.
Massive crossroads. For a guy so young to be at the crossroads of his career is crazy, but he is. My own view is he shouldn't box now till like this time next year. Just let him go and be a guy. I saw the other day he posted a picture. He's got misses now, so maybe just doing some more adult stuff will give him that sense of perspective he needs.
Yeah. Good luck to him. Joseph Parker.
Just retire already, please.
Yeah, put us out of our misery, stinkinator. Dylan White.
I see he's got Sandy Ryan down training with him now.
He's doing better managing, isn't he?
Yeah. But I'm sure he'll come up for one more payday. He's just probably just rebooting, resetting. He'll come up for one more payday. He's got to sort out, obviously, his failed drugs test. And then I'm sure we'll see him fight Joshua at some point next year.
What about Wardley?
I've been a fan of his for a while, so we should all be supporting Fabio Wardley. He's got that thing that David Haye's got, Russ, where everyone's got a mate who's a bit like Fabio Wardley. In the same way that everyone's got a mate who's a bit like David Haye. And that's what makes him so endearing, is the fact that it's like, I know someone just like him.
Yeah. Derek Chisora.
Same as with Joseph Parker. Just it's got to stop now.
He's calling on Garno out. Wilder. He's calling them all out, isn't he? Bacoli.
Yeah, he sniffs money, man. That's all he cares about. It's just, listen, pay me.
Takam, what next for him?
Oh man. Put him in the same bucket as Parker, Chisora, and let him ride off into the sunset.
Martin Bacoli, £300, 21 stone and a half, 21 and a half.
Is that what he boxed at? 21 stone.
21 stone 5 he weighed in the other day, 21.5, which is 299.
That's embarrassing.
I'll leave it. We're 210. Joe Fraser, £199 when he fought Ali.
Wasn't Roy Jones that as well when he fought?
When he fought Michael Spinks, not Michael Spinks, John Ruiz.
Yeah.
199, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Big Freeze. The giant Karamag Easter egg. What's happening with him? Because he were in Saudi. I don't know why you were there. I don't know. A Sky fighter in Saudi with begging bowl out. What's going on there? Is he leaving Sky?
No. But I think this is a fight that people want to see, right? As long as Wardley holds that British, then Fraser Clark is a guy with a legitimate claim to it. Let them fight each other. I'd still back Wardley to win
Yeah.
that.
Big Meech. What next for Big Meech? We did speak about him earlier.
Oh man, we've got to offend all these feminists, right? Got to really offend them. I think this is the decline.
I do. We spoke about Tyson Fury earlier on. They're not really bothered who they fight because they're just piling money up and going like that, aren't they? To fans to listen, stuff you. What do you think to Fury? How he spoke to everybody out there when they grabbed the microphone off him, Top Rank, and said, "We apologise for the swearing." Fury grabbed it back and then said, "Look, if anybody don't like it, get the F out of here, blah, 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 dossers and all that." And then he grabbed it back, the presenter. What do you make of all that, Terry?
The Saudis won't like that.
Yeah.
They don't like stuff like that. Like they don't like it. I have a feeling that they're not necessarily fans of Fury, but because he's got a belt, they got to deal with him.
Yeah. Okay. Deontay Wilder, he needs to get a move on, doesn't he?
Yeah, someone signed the contract to fight him, please.
The most avoided man in heavyweight division. Jared Anderson, nobody's shouting him out.
I just think he's too small, Russ.
Do you?
At the moment. Yeah, I think he's too small.
What about Frank Sanchez? You like him, don't you, Tell?
I like him. Like him and Anderson would be a good fight. But when you've got guys in the heavyweight division like Zhilei Zhang, Fury, Wilder, they're big lumps. And if you're going to be as small as these guys, you've got to be busier in the ring. You've got to be busier. You've got to force the big guys to fight at a pace they can't cope with. And Anderson, I don't think can do that at the top level just yet. But that's not saying he won't be able to. Just right now, he's not there.
Okay. Makhmedov. He's knocking on a bit. 35.
Your favorite guy, yeah.
16-0, 15 by way of or something, is he?
Just put him in there with someone. Put him in with someone like Bukoli. Let's see what happens.
Or is he 17-0? Forgetting that. He's obviously a big puncher, isn't he? But they all laugh at first 20 fights, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whack him in with a Bukoli. Let's see what happens.
Solomon Dakras left Eddie Hearn and has signed with Bricktop last week. What do you think to that? He's an undefeated heavyweight prospect.
Mate, he beat my lad years ago. He beat my lad in the novices final. No, another kid, Courtney Bennett.
I remember him, Courtney Bennett. You used to go on about him all the time, Terry.
Yeah, so Solly beat him when they were amateurs together. Interesting that they ended up on GB together, which I always think is poetic. I like him. He looks the part. I'm just wondering, for a guy his size, is he punching hard enough? But he's a good guy. And he'll be an asset to Frank Warren. I can't say anything bad about Solomon because I think he's a good kid. I want to see him kick on now and fulfill his potential because he's 29, going on 30, I think. So he's got to get a move on.
Yeah. So, is he 29? Him, Solomon Dakras, probably a bit younger than that.
He's about 29.
Moses Atome, we keep going on about him as this complete fighter, but I have a sneaky feeling that he could be one of them man-childs, that's looked like he does not. He looked like he does now when he was 13, like a bit of a Mike Tyson kind. And they tend to burn out young, don't they? Do you think?
So it's tricky. It depends on how he wants to box his career. If he wants to box on his physicality, then he'll have a short career. If he boxes on his fundamentals, so making sure that he's got good fundamentals, good jab, good backhand, knows how to position himself, good angles, doesn't take a lot of punishment, and looks after himself, he can have a long career. But remember, he's starting at 18. And like you said, Russ, there's only so many fights your body will allow you to do, so many camps you can do. Everyone's got a shelf life. Even Canelo, you're seeing Canelo now, right? Like, even he's got a shelf life. So he could have a 10-year career, 15-year career, depending on how he wants to box.
Dave Allen.
When's he going to retire?
Yeah, it's sad to see Dave hanging about in it and shuffling about and walking around here instead of running and stuff. It's I don't know. I just wish somebody get hold of Dave Allen and shake him like a leaf, but you can't. If he's doing the same things he's doing now as when he was 21 and he's 31 now, there's no hope, is there? No.
No, he is who he is now, sadly.
Yeah. It's a shame, isn't it, that? Jack Massey, he stepped up to heavyweight from cruiserweight. Do you see him staying at heavyweight or coming back down to cruiser?
What a weird story.
It is, isn't it?
Signed to Sky, right? He signed to Sky. They didn't give him a cruiserweight fight. They said, you're going to fight Joseph Parker at heavyweight. He did that, and then nothing.
Then just parked up.
Changed trainers. I think he's with Joe G now, isn't he?
Joe G's been in 6 months.
Yeah, so when's he out? Is he going to fight a heavyweight? Is he going to fight a cruiserweight? What's he actually going to do? Because cruiserweight is firing at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, there are fights for Jack Massey right now that are of interest, and he's nowhere to be seen.
No, he isn't, mate. It's not good at all. Lawrence Okoli, he's been in news a lot. He seems to be the forgotten man, doesn't he, Lawrence, at the moment?
So the update I got this weekend, Lawrence is chilling. He's enjoying life, getting used to working with a new training team, working on some stuff.
He's got a new team.
Well, yeah, remember he was with Shane before.
Yeah.
And then I think he tried out Sugar Hill, but I don't know if that's the one for him either. So he's just got a few other people he's working on stuff, because there's just stuff he's got to work on, Porky.
Do you think he should come back at heavyweight and just start from beginning as an heavyweight and go through it?
I think he's got to fight Billum Smith again.
Dear, they're not going to want that on, are they, surely, and pay him what he's due on his contract, are they? Because he don't excite people, and people don't tune in, do they?
Look, didn't Billum Smith drop him in the first fight?
Yeah.
So a fair few things to address.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. He's got a rematch clause, and if it had been anybody else, they'd have been screaming for it, wouldn't they? It's because it's Lawrence, they're trying to push it away and not game it, aren't they?
I think he was the one that said not yet.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Let's see if he can come back. And because he don't really give it the big one, Lawrence. He just tends to let us down up night, doesn't he? He's a decent.
He's a nice kid.
Chap,
isn't he? Nice guy, man. Nice guy. Oh, brilliant story, man. His story is a great boxing story.
Yeah. Yeah. We wish Lawrence well. Ergovic. What's happening with him? Is he going to get this IBF? Because if that were me and Calla Sowlam and Eddie Hearn were my manager, and I was the mandatory for Usyk, I would be taking legal action regarding that. But it looks to me like Ergovic is happy to do what they tell him to do. So do you think there could be some step aside flying about, Terry?
Why not put him in with Joshua?
Exactly. They don't see why not? It's just an easy. It's a find an eliminator for Usyk. Why not? We don't see Joshua going in these 50-50 fights, do we, to get back in the mix? If you want to be in the mix, you can't just lose like Paul Smith did to people at the top table, then come back with a Jamie Ambler fight, and then get an Andre Ward fight, stuff like that. And you can't just do that. You've got to go in 50-50 fights to get in the mix. And I think they don't put Joshua in with Ergovic or somebody similar to that in case he gets beat. They want an easy route to massive money. What do you think?
Oh, man. This is the problem with boxing, right? Everyone's trying to manage the money instead of managing the legacy. But a great legacy will always get you more money. If Joshua fought Hrgovic and beat Hrgovic, he'd be able to say, listen, none of these young guys can compete with me, so let's not talk about them anymore. Give me Wilder, give me Fury, give me Usyk, and I'm done. He could do that if he beats Hrgovic. But if Hrgovic beats Joshua, then you're like, well, okay, Joshua's time at the top is done. This is Hrgovic's time now.
Right, Hughie Fury. Been out at ring since 16th of October. So he's been out at ring 25 months, Hughie. He hasn't got a fight lined up. And he's 29 years of age, 26-3, former British champion, former world title challenger. What's happening with Hughie? Is the problem with Sky coming up with the right fights? Or, we know obviously he's had a blood disorder and stuff like that, but really needs to be getting a bit of a move on now, doesn't it? Because we're into the third year now, aren't we, technically, of him being inactive, and it's becoming bit like Tyson's career, wasn't it? At his peak, becoming a bit of a laughing stock, in it, really, I think.
So what do you do?
Who's to
You know
blame?
that.
Who's to blame here? Oh,
Well, you know the setup better than I do. Is he fit and ready to go?
But I'm seeing you starting and stopping and that, and I'm hoping that this is the last time that he's had to stop. And when he comes back, he can go on a run then for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. He's 29. He's got a good 8, 9 year left in him, hasn't he? That should really be 27 fights, 3 fights a year, 27 fights to go with them 29 he's got. He should be 46 to 50 fights in his career. But we're not getting careers like that for anybody, are they? They're all spaced out, aren't they? Fights. They're not active enough, these fighters. Why can't they fight, Terry, and have like a smaller person be active and stay sharp?
Mate, I ask this all the time. Although sometimes I think you take less punishment in the smaller weight classes. Because if you think about it, Russ, how many of the smaller guys do you see slurring their words when after they're finished?
Not many.
Yeah. Big guys, loads.
Big blows to the head.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's easier to be active when you're bantamweight, super bantam, because the skulls aren't that different in size between heavyweights and bantamweights, right? It's similar sort of skulls, but you're taking a lot less force to your head.
Derek Chisora sounds like he's underwater, doesn't he? He sounds like the man from Atlantis when you hear him talk. He was calling Ungano out the other day. I'm back. Like that. He reminded me of, Patrick Duffy in the man from Atlantis. I like that program as well. I might watch it later.
Go on, Porky. Go on, Porky.
I like the A-Team as well, though. I
can't watch it now. I can't watch it because when the special effects is really bad now, you're like, oh, this is horrible.
Do you know what I liked about the A-Team? When I played cricket, in my younger days.
Yeah.
Going back into 80s, usually around about, you'd have like your tea, wouldn't you? You'd have 44 6 ball overs, then you go for like a tea, don't you, in the dressing room?
Yeah.
And I always remember if we were batting second, and getting padded up and all that, A-Team were usually always on. And I always just think, I'd rather sit and watch A-Team than have a 6-ounce red corky ball whizzing by me year old.
Yeah, but also Porky, first teenager in Yorkshire to hit 6 sixes.
Nah, I want the 6. My dad was a coach, and he always just said to me, "Why do you need to hit 6s?" And I said, "I don't know." He said, "Listen, let it just trickle over boundary for 4." So why? So you still get 4 for it, whether you smash it over or you're not risking your wicket, because when you're trickling it over at 4, the ball's not going in air, is it? Because the secret is play for the next ball, all you cricketers, because you're a long time bored to death in pavilion. Well, there's no wasting, is there? Going opening bat, take shine off ball, couple of overs, and then being out for 2 or 3. You've got to sit then 2 or 3 hours watching everybody else bat and thinking, in your head, how did I get out? Why did I play that stupid shot? So I didn't want to be one of them. I like to hog the crease.
Porky boycott.
Well, he was my hero, wasn't he? Jeff Boycott, Yorkshireman. I've met him. Yorkshireman from Fitzwilliam of a Dripping Taps village. But Tap, he sorted Conor Benn out, didn't he?
What did he do?
He was the one that spotted Conor Benn were on gear, wasn't he? Before anybody, the Tap.
Wait, really?
He came on my channel a few years ago and said, I'm not having it with that Conor Benn. Ask anybody, Terry. He said, I reckon he's on gear. And I went, strong words, them, Tap. And then it came out, didn't it? A few weeks after. That was his opinion.
I have a feeling it may have come out on my pod before that.
Oh well, Terry, you're a topper, Terry. You always have to top us.
Hey, listen. No, but look, you forget though that I did good numbers off that Conor Benn thing because you're not on Twitter anymore.
You got a million, didn't you? No, that was the Joshua one, wasn't it?
That was the Joshua meltdown, yeah.
1.5 million, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You jammy sod.
Man, do you know what? Like, that's one of the weirdest things, right? Literally, 5 o'clock Monday, recorded it. Took me about 6 minutes, 40 seconds to record that, right? Just let it go. Didn't edit it, didn't do anything, just let it go. Went off to play rugby in the evening. I even rang you that evening, Porky. So we had a good old chat. And then get home and it's just gone crazy. Like, my mentions have gone crazy. Everything's gone crazy. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, when he got busted.
No, this was the Joshua one. The Conor Benn one.
Oh.
If you remember, they announced the Ben Eubank fight, right? Yeah. In like, was it like August? I can't even remember now. But they announced it quite late.
He got busted first week in October, didn't he?
No, that's when the fight got cancelled.
Yeah.
So when they announced the fight, that Dr. Uz jumps on Instagram and goes, "Yeah, proud to say I'll be working with Conor Benn for this fight." And then I looked, I went, huh? I remember I might have sent you the screen grab, Russ, and gone, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then obviously, I heard from my sources that Uz had come in because Conor had failed 2 tests. And I tweeted Eddie Hearn and I said, can you confirm that Conor Benn's failed 2 drugs tests? And I got shot down by Matchroom FC, mate. I got absolutely ruined for that tweet. Right? I got absolutely ruined.
Matchroom.
Yeah. And then when the fight got cancelled, they said Conor's failed a drugs test. I said, Eddie, can you confirm that it's only 1 drugs test he failed and not 2? Got hosed again. And the second failure came out. After that, people were like, okay, this is the guy who knows what the story is here. And
you knew about the second one, and nobody else mentioned it. I don't think Tap mentioned the second one, but Dripping Tap did say, you reckon, before, unless you said it as well, but he did say on my channel that he thinks Ben's on gear. But you did as well. So
well, as soon as I saw his lats get wide, it was that fight when he just came out wider and he had the beard and he had the neck tats. And I said, that ain't the Conor Benn I remember. Because remember, Russ, like in the O'Hara Davis days, I used to be around Conor Benn.
Yeah.
So I know his frame.
O'Hara broke his jaw, didn't he?
In Portugal.
They kept that quiet, didn't they? For a bit. There were only a select few who knew about that, weren't there?
Well, the X-ray got leaked. That's why. So there's an X-ray with C. Ben on it. And it had,
to be fair to Yard and Sunday and all them, they all knew about that, but they weren't shouting it about, Spencer Few. So I have to give them a little bit of respect about that, because they didn't go on the socials and blab it, did they?
No, well, they still thought they could get those Matchroom checks, right? When that happened.
Maybe they were that, yeah. They didn't, there's always that in. They want to keep Eddie happy.
Yeah. But the Conor Benn thing, it was a dark night for boxing, because apart from Cordina, how many of the old school Matchroom gym guys have been out since?
None. Not many. Was there? Yeah. Oh.
They've had the kids making their debuts and stuff, but not like where's Ted?
What happened to Ted Cheeseman? What's happened to Felix Cash?
Yeah.
John Ryder's gone quiet, hasn't he?
Yeah, where is everyone?
Where are they all? Conor Benn's not got a date. What's going on here with this gym? Craig Richards, what's happening there? The gym. People don't want to talk about it because they don't want to upset Eddie Hearn, but that gym has got a big asterisk next to it, in my honest opinion, at the moment, with this Conor Benn thing hanging over and other things. I think it all needs dealing with, and they need to get to the bottom on it. Do you?
It's suspicious, because I don't understand why. It's not like Eddie's that busy where he's like, oh my God, I can't get fights for my fighters. It's like, no, you got slots, Eddie. You could put all of these guys on shows. Why aren't you putting them on shows? What's happened? And why aren't the people with the microphones and the cameras asking these questions?
Well, they're not going to do, are they? Because they want access.
In fact,
we'll finish off on that. Let's have a look. Right, 5 minutes left. Right. This YouTube business thing that's everybody's been on to now, 10, 13 years, they've been following Eddie Hearn around. These people, they're in his pocket, like Nicholas Parsons from Boxing Social. Every single day he's doing 2 free Hearn interviews like Coogan were. These people are in-house media. I want to know when somebody's going to put it on these promoters. Some of you YouTubers out there with access, flexing, you get loads of access, but you never put it on Earn when you get the chance. You never do. You always tickle his feet.
I think the one time I did see Coogan push back was because they did an interview, was it last week? And Eddie was trying to talk about how Andy Ruiz was a hard fight for Joshua and how Andy Ruiz was a big deal. And Coogan said, no, you brought Ruiz over because you thought it would be an easy fight. Tell the truth. And Hearn was trying to blag it. He's like, no. you got Andy Ruiz. You thought you caught him at the right
asked
time.
Him that.
Coogan did, yeah.
I'm in shock.
Mate, so was I.
He must be on the outside looking in now, Coogan, if he's getting brave with questions like that to Hills. He must be heading for Skid Row now. That might be why Eddie's grooming that Parsons up to bit new Cougs. What do you reckon? To be fair to that Parsons, he's actually quite sharp. He's actually, I think he gets it. You know how it works.
Yeah.
I think he gets
it. Yeah,
it.
And he's a young kid as well.
Pardon?
Yeah, he's a kid as well, man. It's impressive.
I think he gets it for a youngster, and there's not many of them his age get it, do they?
Umar got it.
Umar, he's another one. There's two good ones there, but there ain't many others, is there?
There aren't any others. You know what? I know he's a copper, but that Boxing King media can sometimes. I mean, his Shane Fury interview is a classic.
Yeah, well, because of Saturday, you just got to let Shane run with it, haven't you? They're not giving an opinion. It's like if I have an interview with Dennis, I'm like, no, I'm not having that, Dennis. They're not asking that. Their reaction interviews, it's totally different to what we do, isn't it? You know?
Nah, but that Shane interview, I haven't heard anyone in boxing be that honest.
Yeah, he is a pretty straight talking bloke, Shane. I'll give him his dues.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Like, you know, because I watched it last Monday on the way back from rugby, and I was like, there's no way he's saying this stuff. I'm like, wow, okay. But everything he said was what we've said.
Yeah. Well, they've got hangers on around them.
Yeah.
The feet.
Yeah.
Half of them don't even tell Tyson what time to train. He tells them. I've heard they're all sitting down ready for something to eat, and he walks in and says, "Come on, we're going to gym." And everybody's like, "Oh." So he's keeping them on edge all the time. You know?
Yeah.
That's not good. You need a routine, don't you? He's trying to be Mayweather, in my opinion. You know?
Part of me is like, if you get the work done, you get the work done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you train at 2 in the morning, you train at 2 in the morning. It's when you don't get the work done, that's when the problems start.
I'm like that in the morning when I take my dogs. If I don't complete my journey, it's on your head all day, and you're thinking,
yeah,
you know. Okie dokie then. Well, listen, Terry, thanks for coming on. We've had a good chat.
No worries, mate.
What you got planned for the rest of the day? Are you in meetings?
Mate, listen, they all might be watching, man. Let's just pretend it's a Saturday, okay?
Okay. Listen, you have a great day, and if you see Rico, give him a nudge.
I will do, mate.
Okay. Take care, brother.
Take care, pal. Bye.
Well, that's about it, really. What time is it? 12:15 on a Monday. What can we do for the rest of the day now? Can't get on me in bed for another hour or so. What are we going to do, Rocky? We've been out. Monday Club, innit? I can only see pub calling me. I can't go pub. Just go sitting here, and strip off now, stand it back and put this on. Calamine fucking lotion. Horrible, isn't it? So that's about it. So we'll do our best. Well, we're not 100%, and I'll keep some videos coming out. I hope you all like Danny's video yesterday. Danny Ransom from Bury. I hope you all like that. Don't forget to share the Gary Sykes video as well, Justice for Gary Sykes. Some news on that coming soon. All right. That's about it. Peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. Won't have nightmares. All right. Take care. Big shout out, Frank and Barry and Dave. All right. Booyaka! Scott Quigg, give me a ring. You've got my number. Pop, pop, bang.